Are you ready to move away from being a beginner and start moving into more intermediate and even advanced pieces? Then you need to know how to play bar chords. And today I'm going to help you. Common sounds that you might get are the mutes or the twangy sound. You might get either or. That's really common when you're starting out, and I'm going to give you some tips to help resolve that. I'm Bree from Bree Music Tutorials. Today I'm going to jump straight into teaching you some technique, and I'm going to end with 3 essential exercises that will help you to become a better player. I'll put some extra information about bar chords in the description. Step 1, finger and thumb position. I want you to take your pointer finger and your thumb of your fretting hand, and I want you to place your thumb on your finger so that your finger is straight. I'll do it on my opposite hand so you can see as well. So you should be able to see that your thumb should land roughly in the middle of your finger, okay? And you'll notice it's not on the soft fleshy part of your finger, but roughly on the side. If it's just falling naturally on your finger, generally that's where it will fall. Now, if you open up your thumb, you'll be able to use this position as where you're going to bar. So I want you to take this pinch grip, and you're going to place it on the neck of your ukulele and just see if you can hold the weight of the ukulele with this pinch grip. And you shouldn't be pinching really hard and straining. There should be no pain in your hand, although it does take strength, so it can hurt if you play for too long. You need to take breaks, that's important. But you should be able to hold that ukulele. From here, have a go at just strumming your ukulele. It might sound awful, and that's okay. It could even be worth filming yourself so that you can look back and reflect at your progress. But holding your thumb at the back of your finger, so that same position as what we were holding our thumb to finger, now goes on our fret, and I'm going to place just next to that second fret, so it's not on top, although it might look like it on camera, because what happens is my finger turns outward slightly, so it's hitting that harder part of my finger. If you feel, you'll feel the fleshy part, you'll feel the harder part. It's the harder part that you want to press down, as it will give a little bit more pressure on those strings. You'll be able to see the dints in my finger, how they're actually on the side of my finger, not right on this soft part. So not flat, and that would feel strange on the wrist as well. It needs to be turned out slightly. Comment now and tell me, how does it sound? Where are your trouble areas? And hopefully I'll fix them up in this video, and you can reply again and let me know what tips helped, and if not, let's work together to get this happening. One thing is that you can try to hug your ukulele tighter into your body. The tighter that you're hugging into your body, the less pressure you need to put on your ukulele neck. And in fact, you can even play without your thumb on the back. So you really don't need to be pushing super hard with your thumb. That's going to cause pain, it's going to cause poor technique, and we're going to work together to get this happening. Another thing you can do is, see here, I've got my second finger on top of my pointer finger, and it's just giving a little bit of extra pressure on that finger so that you're not having to push so hard with your thumb. This can be important when first starting, because your finger might not actually have the strength to play just yet. You need to build that up, but the answer isn't through pushing in your thumb. Another thing to check is how high your finger is on the strings. Now, everyone's fingers are different sizes and shapes, so I can't give you an exact answer, so just try to move your finger up and down a little bit and see where is right for you. You need to make sure that every string is connecting with the hardish part of your finger, and that you can get a nice clear sound on each string. Thumb position on the back. So you can see my thumb is actually on the bottom curved part of the neck. It's not right up here pushing down, but rather underneath the ukulele. You can have it more right on the back if you want, but I find this lower half helps. You'll also see that my wrist is nice and relaxed facing down. It's not up like this, it's not slightly up, it's really down low, and I feel that weight through my hand, like I have this strap on, but it's almost like I'm pulling down on my ukulele, and that slight pull down helps make it easier to put pressure on the strings. Your elbow should be nice and loose as well. If your elbow's tucked in, there's a good chance again that you're putting too much pressure on that thumb. So you need to relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, wrist, hands, and you should be able to play much nicer. It's tricky with bar chords when they can be frustrating, and you'll find that you'll get more and more tensed up. But the more tense that you get, the worse it's going to sound, because you can't play bar chords unless you're relaxed. We talked about moving finger up and down. Other thing is trying to roll it side to side, just to get that kind of perfect, what works for you. You'll hear here that my finger's too flat. I roll it slightly and it works. Let's try it again. Flat, roll. Going to show different angles. Flat, roll. Still not working for you? Don't worry, it might not even be you. It might be your ukulele. If you have a range of ukuleles, try them all out and just see which one works best for you. It could in fact be the action of your ukulele, which is how far the strings are from the fretboard. If they're up really high, it can be extra tough to push down those strings. The lower the action, the easier the bar chords are going to be. Low action and still not working for you? Don't worry, comment below, tell me what's going on, or send me a message through Instagram or Facebook of you trying to do a bar chord, and I'll help you try to figure out where you might be going wrong. Now this video we're mainly working on our pointer finger, and I'll be releasing more videos to step you up into more chords. But without this finger strength, you do not want to move forward. Your chords will sound messy, it will be hard to move forward, and you just want to get this sounding good. Also, this is the most important finger when playing bar chords. Essentially, it's replacing the nut. So when I'm playing my finger up on the 2nd fret here, I'm shortening the playable area of my strings and increasing the pitch of each note. Exercise 1, press and release. This exercise is good for hand strength, finger strength, working on that bar of your index finger, and for fretting hand muting technique. So, in a lot of songs, you might have heard things like you can hear those mutes in there, but I'm not doing anything to mute with my right hand, my strumming hand. Rather, I'm using my finger. So, your exercise is to simply press down on all the strings, strum, and then release. So I'm not taking my hands all the way off, or it would sound like this. It's not what I'm doing. I'm just lifting them slightly so they're still touching the strings, but the strings are no longer touching the fretboard. So you hear how it will stop that sound. Try to do it fast. So press, release, press, release, press, release. Right now I'm in the 2nd fret, press, release. Move up to the 3rd fret, press, release, press, release. 4th fret. You can do this with your favourite strumming pattern if you want. Let's start at the 1st fret, do 4 strums on each fret, moving up. Last one. And you can do the same thing, moving back towards the nut. Exercise 2, 6/8 finger picking pattern. This one is good for learning your bar chords, for working on 6/8 timing, building up your finger strength in both of your hands, and finger dexterity. So basically, just like we did in exercise 1, we're going to be using just our index finger and moving up and down the frets. And you're just going to pick up and down your strings. So starting at your nose to your toes and back again. You can get creative with this and do any order of frets that you want. You could even do a combination of strums and frets and mute strums. Exercise 3, the bar slide. So this one's good for your finger strength, bar technique, and slide technique. For the bar slide, again, we're going to move up 1 fret at a time. But this time, you'll hold down your 1st fret, strum, and keeping pressure on, you're going to push up into your next string. If you do it faster than that, you'll hear a slide. If that's really tricky, just practice 1 string first. then you essentially use the same technique using a whole finger. I'm going to be giving you some more comprehensive lessons on this, so don't forget to check out the playlist here. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any future lessons.